Assalamu alaikum and good day everyone. I am Babylyn M. Samad, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing 1A, and I am the reporter number 4. So today we will talk about the dissatisfaction of the customers. Now first things first, what bugs customers most? When we say bugs, is a problem, cause, or impact in a human manager's decision which produces an incorrect or unexpected results. In that case, no matter how big or small your business or nonprofit is, customer service can make or break its brand. At some point, most of your customers will seek customer support for a variety of reasons. But can you guess what bugs them the most? First is the frontline people who are incompetent or rude, meaning some indeed are rude, useless and incompetent just like in other industries. Sometimes managers are that way because of the organization itself putting pressure on them. Since they are human, there may be issues financially, physically, mentally, and perhaps spiritually. And maybe some of these managers were simply not properly trained in the first place. The second one is an initial complaint that wasn't handled well. And as a frontliner, you must stay calm when handling a customer complaint. Listen to them, be kind, acknowledge the issue, and of course, apologize and thank to them. The third one is heaping insult upon injury, or in other term, alternative form of add insult to injury, or to say something that makes a bad situation even worse for someone. The last one is a purchase that was too expensive. Actually, we cannot blame the frontliners about this because there are some customers who will not appreciate our product or service in any way or at a lower price. The only thing we can do is, if they are not your client or your type of client, it is better to let them go. Next, when they're dissatisfied, what do customers do? Actually, most of the customers, when they are not satisfied, is the other thing they can do is to switch in another brands. For example, if a consumer has always used Apple's iPhone but then decides to buy a Samsung Galaxy, they have switched brands from Apple to Samsung. The other thing they can do is complain to friends, because there are some customers didn't complain to management. They most certainly will share their experiences with their friends, but the impact of the negative word of mouth can be more devastating. Next is a few dissatisfied customers complain directly to the company because, first, they figure it won't make any difference. Second, for them, it's not worth their time or effort. And the last is they couldn't figure out where to go or to complain. And of course, it's drag to hear negative feedback, but if the company doesn't facilitate hearing it, then the customers will automatically switch in another brands. Marketers have made peace with the fact that the numbers represent customers' perceptions. That is no longer the issue. But there's a popular management adage, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So marketers want some customers' data. When you think about this quote, it should immediately become apparent how true it is. Because if you can't measure something and define the measurable goals to establish the desired outcome, you can't possibly get better at it. For example, in business, if you can't measure every part of your business, you can't make a data-driven decisions to manage or to grow it. Some marketing gurus claim that just one or two indices can reflect the overall health of an organization. However, survey results are more actionable if they measure multiple facets of the customer's thoughts about the firm. Look at it this way. If everything is going well, you can have one or many indices. Who cares? But if things aren't going well and marketing manager are trying to assess and improve performance, they need more information. For example, say a department store just received its annual happy stats but found, to its dismay, that the customer satisfaction score dropped from last year. The store was able to glean more diagnostic information from the survey because it had been structured to cover several contributing factors. The scores on the questions about the store's prices and the quality of the staff were stable from last year. But there were drops in kitchenware and children's clothing regarding their assortment selections. The store could make a decision to pull out of one of these lines of businesses, but customers would be happier if these areas were more fully stocked. That is, there is still a managerial decision to be made, but at least the data are clear and helpful. In terms of customers' dissatisfaction, when things go wrong, research suggests that the primary means to regaining the customer is through an empowered frontline employee. That employee needs to be capable of immediately redressing the problem, empathizing the customer, and offering the perk for the customer's troubles. We worry about recovery because if customers are dissatisfied, they can go to the competition or drop out of the category altogether. Instead, as we consider in the next section, marketers seeks customers retention and long-term relationship with the customers, at least the ones we find to be valuable. And that's all po. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.